Attention, victims of the Tay Sachs disease. You may now be eligible to receive financial compensation if you or a loved one has suffered or died of Tay Sachs disease. Tay Sachs, also known as TSD, is a rare inherited disorder that progressively destroys nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. It is found on chromosome 15 on the hex A gene. The symptoms of it include, but are not limited to, muscle weakness, loss of muscle coordination, mental illness, and speech problems. A red spot on the eye can be a sign of someone with TSD. Tay Sachs is most commonly found in Jewish people. About 1 in 27 Ashkenazi Jews carry the Tay Sachs gene. There is currently no cure for Tay Sachs disease. To receive your financial compensation, please call 1-800-TAY-SACH. Again, that is 1-800-829-7224. Continue watching to see an interview with a real Tay Sachs victim.
Hello. I am a victim of this deadly disease. I first noticed that I have developed Tay Sachs when I was alerted of my speech disorders and my occasional loss of muscle control. Sorry. This disease really is dangerous and very serious. I hope you take the time to learn about Tay Sachs and help the people affected by this impairment. What really hurt me most, though, was the mental illness caused by this disease. I started failing tests. This was my math final. I bombed it. I used to be a star athlete, but I slowly started forgetting how my favorite sports were played.
I'm open! Oh! Oh, wait. Wrong sport. First serve of the game. Ace! Ace! Wrong sport again.
I even started forgetting who people were.
Dad! I'm home!
You're not my son!
What? Ah! Ah! Daddy!
But the worst part about Tay Sachs, but by far, is the dad. My doctor told me that I only have 2 months to live.
If only this could have been prevented.
There was no cure, no treatment to subside his pain. Why do you have to go like that? Why did the mutation have to be on the 15th chromosome? Especially the hex A gene.
It's because both of his parents were carriers.
Why? No!
Out of respect. Shalom. Good evening. Tonight on 60 Minutes, we interview Scott Blanchard, the uncle of Isaac Bilmus. He was a victim of Tay Sachs disease. This is a really deadly disease that affects the spinal cord and the brain of the victim. I'm here today to ask Scott a few questions about his nephew and how hard it was going through life. So that is the first question. How hard was it going through life knowing that Isaac had these problems?
It was pretty difficult knowing how Isaac would end up dying eventually from this disease. But we first noticed there was something wrong in when he was around 4. He started having muscle spasms. He started having trouble walking, and it was really showed itself when he was in first and second grade. He had great difficulty in math and reading, and when he was around 8 on Thanksgiving, we found that there was something really wrong when he had a seizure. So we took him to the doctors, and there was a very cherry red dot on his eye, which really was the closing call on that he had Tay Sachs. So it's a sad time in the family.
Story, Scott.
Yeah.
So on to the next question. How close were you to Isaac when he passed? Like, how bad did this actually affect you?
We were pretty close. I lived in New York, and I visited down in Connecticut every maybe twice a month, and to visit my parents and my brother and sister, and I would take Isaac to the game room every time I came down to just so he could get out and have some fun. It affected me a pretty good deal. He's my nephew, and I loved him. Yeah.
Coming on the show, it was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for letting me be on the show.
On to the next story. Justin Bieber. Boy?